You are so good. So let me tell you a little bit about Katie. She was referred to Goodwill by Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities. It's a state agency that provides lots of support to the clients that we serve. And in 4 months, Katie has been with Goodwill. She has made an indelible impression on all of us and has accomplished so much in a rock star manner. We call you a rock star. Did you know that? No, don't blush. Do. Let me tell you why. She completed core office, the only person to have gone through the entire book. Who does that, the entire book for core office? MOS certification in Word, completed in a record time of 5 weeks. Also scored the highest on her test to date in the lab. She scored, this is wild, I could not do this, 925 out of 1,000. Wow. Yeah, that's what I think. You also completed the Microsoft certification in Excel, completed in a record time of 6 weeks. Excel is really difficult to master. So yes, she's attesting to that. She has tackled each course and certification with a can-do attitude, just like each and every one of you. She is enthusiastic about the work and readily accepted each and every challenge. In addition to her outstanding attitude, she also encourages other students in the lab to do their best. Katie is literally a joy to be around each and every day. Please join me in welcoming Katie so that she can tell her own story about her own journey. Katie?
Thank you so much, Margie, for that unbelievable introduction. Well, as Margie mentioned, I came to Goodwill this past December, and I apologize. I like to apologize in advance. I have notes, so I'm going to try desperately to look at you people as I'm giving the speech. But as Margie mentioned, I came here in December, starting out in the Microsoft Office core program, which again covered the basics of Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. And since completing that, I have become further certified, again, as Margie mentioned, as a Microsoft Office specialist in both Word and Excel, and I am currently working on my certification in PowerPoint. And I wish I could summarize in a 3 to 5 minute speech how much Goodwill has meant to me in my time here. I actually first came to Goodwill back in 2000. To be honest, that long ago, I couldn't even tell you what program I did. I'm sure it was some office-related program. So when the opportunity for me to come back here to refresh my skills and go through their newer programs came about, I absolutely jumped on the opportunity. And while I certainly don't take anything away from my first experience here, I can honestly say that my time this time around has meant so much more to me. When I first came here 4 months ago, as I'm sure both my instructors, Patty and Stephen, can attest to, I constantly questioned my abilities and my own God-given intelligence to do the programs that I've been through and to complete them. And I've questioned that more times than I care to remember. I am, however, someone who has tremendous faith in God's abilities and His work in my life. And I've seen those abilities not only play out, obviously, throughout my life, but certainly in the time that I've been here. And God has not only challenged me, but reinforced my faith and confidences in those abilities. There's a song by a Christian artist by the name of Matthew West called Day One. And one of the lyrics in it is, day one is, I apologize. It's day one of the rest of my life and day one of the best of my life. And that song was one of my life anthems, as I call them. When it came out a couple years ago, I had my leg amputated after not taking care of myself for a very long time. And that actually became the catalyst to what eventually led me here. And that lyric, it's meant the world to me. It's defined my entire path in life, as well as my time here. And I apologize. Losing my leg snapped me out of the depression that I was in, the feeling like I was going nowhere in my life. And it brought me to a rediscovering of myself and my passion for life and what God has planned for me in my life. And I'm so unbelievably grateful that that part of that path led me back here to Goodwill. And I'm so thankful for everyone here who's constantly, every day, encouraged me and kept pushing me to do my absolute best. Because of my time here, I love life again. And I couldn't say that for a long time. So with that, I'd like to thank from the bottom of my heart Goodwill for everything you've done for me, and for everyone here who's here tonight that has supported me through everything. And thank you, audience, for listening to me stumble through my speech tonight and for not throwing tomatoes at me. Bless you.
Very well said, Katie. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences and your inspiration, and we look forward to what your next best things look like. Thank you. Now I am honored to welcome our next guest, Momcast host and retired WNBC4 weekend anchor, Mindy Dreyer. Mindy has been in TV news for 25 years, 15 of those years spent anchoring the weekend morning news on NBC4. In the last year, Mindy has gone through her own workforce redevelopment, stepping down from the anchor desk so she could travel